Good afternoon and welcome to Nebula's live broadcast of Aurora's deorbit and Splashdown. Crew Aurora, named Ambition, will be firing its deorbit engines at 6:40 PM Eastern Standard Time, and soon after will begin its re-entry profile into Earth's atmosphere. During the re-entry profile, hot plasma will build up around the vehicle. That is why Crew Aurora has a heat shield under the trunk. When ready, Command and Control will separate the trunk from the vehicle to allow Aurora to safely re-enter the Earth's atmosphere. If the trunk did not separate, there would be debris flying and could possibly damage the vehicle. This is why it is a crucial step in the recovery process. Once Ambition gets out of Earth's atmosphere, or gets out of the re-entry profile, it will soon after deploy a couple drogue chutes to help slow down. And then soon after, we'll have the main chutes deploy and hopefully have Ambition come for a soft touchdown. Waiting in the Atlantic Ocean is our recovery vessel Odyssey. This will park right next to the vehicle and help prepare it for the crane to lift it onto the boat and to carry it back to South Shore Space Center for vehicle processing and possible reflight. We're so excited to bring this broadcast to you, so sit back and watch along as we perform our checks and get ready to deorbit just 2 minutes from now. And we're just about 1 minute away from the deorbit burn. The engines on the back, or on the trunk of Ambition, there's 5 of them there. They will light up and you see right now, the engines have lit up and we are now in our deorbit burn phase. Now soon the engines will shut down and our orbit will not be enough to stay in orbit. Now, once the deorbit burn finishes, we'll separate the trunk and point Ambition in such a way that the heat shield will protect it from the re-entry forces and the plasma building up. Again, when you see Aurora re-entering the atmosphere, there is a very hot red plasma that'll go up around the vehicle. That is okay. That happens to every single thing that wants to re-enter the Earth. We have protective heat shields to protect. And we're almost ready to finish up that deorbit burn. Should be shutting down soon. And you can see the plume coming from that center engine. Also in that engine stack is the abort engines, which can push Aurora away in case of an emergency with Gamma. So in case it will break up, which is very unlikely, Crew Aurora can abort safely with astronauts on board and still land intact. This is one of our many safety features on Crew Aurora, and they're being tested, or they were tested during this mission earlier today and in a week before. So we have proven that all these systems are working, and that is why we are choosing to re-enter right now. You may have noticed yesterday our flight was scrubbed. That was due to unsure with our testing program, and so we had to finish up a couple experiments, but now we are ready to re-enter, and yeah, that's what we're doing now. And we did delay the re-entry from 4 p.m. to now 6:40. That's because of weather conditions in our landing zone, which is in the Atlantic Ocean. But we are ready now. The weather is cleared up, and we're planning to deorbit. There's no going back now. And you just saw the engine shut down and the trunk separated. Now you can see the black heat shield. That'll protect the vehicle from the very intense forces and heating of Earth's atmosphere. And the trunk, because there is no heating there, will just burn up in the atmosphere and poses no threat to the vehicle or anything. So yeah. Aurora is ready to deorbit. Our teams have checked, and now we're just waiting out until we reach Earth's atmosphere. Now, I want to note that this mission, Orbital Flight Test 1, does not have any crew on board. Again, this is just to test the Crew Aurora Capsule and its systems, such as life support and if everything works together in space. So, next mission with Aurora, OFT-2, Orbital Flight Test 2, will carry 2 astronauts on board. Those astronauts were revealed last week, and the commander is Chris Hadfield CA, and the pilot is Photon SP. So, they will be flying Aurora on the second orbital flight test. The next orbital mission, crew mission, after OFT-2 will be Crew 1, and the astronauts have been selected, but roles are not selected, and we will not reveal the Crew 1 personnel until after OFT-2. Now, currently, Aurora is just waiting until it re-enters the atmosphere. That'll happen in a couple of minutes. But teams are still monitoring in mission control in New York are still monitoring all of the systems, making sure we're ready. And yeah, we're just waiting it out. Alright, well now you guys I'm ready to answer your questions, so you guys can put them in the stream chat and I'll try my best to answer them. So yeah. Go ahead and post your questions in the stream chat and we will answer them as best we can for you. If you're just joining us, welcome to the broadcast of our re-entry and landing of Crew Aurora. Currently, Ambition is coasting, waiting to enter the re-entry profile, which has been confirmed by Mission Control about 3 minutes from now, but that can vary. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start answering questions now. So a question from Voidism. Do you have altitude/speed parameters available? Currently no, but Mission Control does have those. We are not sure if we want to give those to the stream, so it's tentative. But yeah, we're about 2 to 3 minutes away from our re-entry profile. And we are expecting to re-enter about a couple minutes, 1 or 2 from now. Maybe 6:50, we believe we will begin the re-entry profile. Again, Aurora is just coasting, but it is feeling the slightest parts of the atmosphere, the toppest layer. So it is beginning to slow down as we see, as Mission Control sees on their displays. And re-entry can happen any minute from now, so we're just waiting. And during re-entry, we will not have any data from the vehicle because the intense forces and heating will block out all the radio signals, so until we get signal from the vehicle again after it completes re-entry, we will not have any data coming from the vehicle, or Mission Control won't. So if it does burn up, we will know after it's due, which is of course very unlikely for a burn up because we have tested this heat shield a lot of times, so everyone's just waiting it out and ready for Aurora to land. We're ready to bring this mission to a close. And Aurora is now getting down into the thicker parts of the atmosphere. Not enough to generate the big plasma, but that is expected to happen soon, any minute from now. We don't have the most accurate of estimates on this time because orbits can be very funky, especially since how new we are to this re-entry thing, so we're just going off what we have, and we are expecting it to be a couple minutes until re-entry profile, which really could happen any minute from now. though Mission Control still does see data coming from the vehicle because it's not experiencing the extreme heat as it will very soon. And teams can see that we are just about to enter the reentry profile. So everything on the vehicle looks good from now. Launch Director has confirmed we are ready for reentry. So we're waiting that any minute now. And now you can see the vehicle is re-entering the atmosphere. Mission Control has now seen the blackout of data. So until we actually see that the vehicle has came out of the atmosphere, Mission Control does not know or cannot monitor data because you see on your screen red plasma. That's the extreme heating from the air friction. And you now will see gamma declining its angle from 90 degrees to 0 degrees because we land heat shield down in the ocean. So currently we are aerodynamically making our way through the atmosphere to limit G's and to make sure everything is safe for the vehicle. And you see Aurora is out of its re-entry, and you do see those brown burn marks. That is expected to happen because the entire vehicle is not a heat shield. So once we take it in for refurbishment, we'll repaint it, and it'll look brand new, nice and white again. But yeah, this is just scorch marks from the intense heating from the plasma heating the vehicle. And it is to be expected, that's why. It's normal. Now the next major event is Aurora deploying its drogue chutes. This is to slow it down enough for the main chutes to pre-deploy and then deploy. And you see the drogue chutes have deployed, and now you see the vehicle slowing down quite dramatically. That again is expected, but yeah, the checker pattern you see on through the drogue chutes, that's to help Mission Control identify where they are easier, and that's again why there is a bright color too. And currently we have a recovery vessel, Odyssey, positioned to recover the capsule. It'll go right up to it and again recover the capsule. It is outfitted with a crane to lift the capsule onto the hull, but that will probably not happen in this broadcast because we still need to run tests in the water of Aurora after re-entry. So again, like thermal tests and stuff before we attach the crane and all of that jazz. But yeah, next, and you see the main chutes have deployed, the 4 mains. These will slow the vehicle enough to have a safe splashdown in the water. So now the next major event is Splashdown. And this is, again, historic day for Nebula because this is the first time we have ever sent a capsule into space and brought something back. So this is very historic for everyone who's been here since the Gamma test flight. To see they come this far is truly amazing. And Aurora is almost at a 0-degree angle, which is needed for a splashdown, but again, the angle will decrease until we splash down to dissipate the heat and to slow down efficiently. Because orbits, if it's like throwing a baseball, you throw it and it just doesn't go up and come down, it goes sideways too. That's basically the same thing for Aurora, but it goes so fast it circularizes around the Earth. So we have to perform a deorbit burn. And now you can see Aurora is at that 0-degree angle and just falling down to the Earth ever so slightly. And Mission Control has confirmed we are ready for splashdown. And the recovery vessel is making its way closer to the landing site. And the reason those parachutes are so brightly colored is so it's easier for our recovery vessels and for our on-site cameras to easily be able to see the vehicle and actually measure its speed from there. And here comes Aurora, about to come through the clouds. And here comes Aurora. Splashdown. Crew Aurora has made Nebula history. Ambition brings OFT-1 to a close. And recovery teams are now making their way into the vehicle, or to the vehicle. And this day is actually even more special because Crew Aurora is actually deorbiting and landing on the day of the moon landing, 52nd anniversary. So that's really special for us to be a part of that, keeping the space event tradition going on the moon landing history. It's very awesome. And we will not show recovery ops today because there is some stuff we do not feel comfortable releasing for the public. That is why we are landing in the middle of the ocean. So we apologize for that, but maybe soon we will show recovery operations, just not for this mission. So that brings OFT-1 to a close. Crew Aurora Ambition has landed successfully and is being saved. And you can see Odyssey, a recovery vessel, moving into Ambition. And Odyssey's now getting ready to position itself to Aurora. And you can see now the ground teams are getting ready to recover and move in on Aurora. And Odyssey is moving in ever so slightly. And unfortunately, right now, this is where we're going to end the stream here, because we are not allocated to show you the recovery ops. So we're going to end the stream right here. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is very historic for Nebula, and I'm just so excited to be a part of it, especially on the 52nd moon landing anniversary, which is really, really special. So I'm Sayox, and I'm Chief of the Astronaut Office and social team member. It's been so exciting streaming for you guys, and we'll see you guys next mission.
No. Get banned. Hey, QV.